Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 5. The chapter which we are related with is accounting equation. We do have these 6 entries, and as usual it's your performer, and you can see that left side is fixed for assets, right side is fixed for two major columns, other liability and equity. So here we have entries. Brief introduction was given. We are ready to start our question. Let's begin. A entry. Commenced, that means start. Commenced business with cash. So you have started your business with cash. Cash is coming in. There is increase in cash. Cash is your asset. So you will introduce a new column of cash. Over here, since cash is coming in, there is an increase of this 2 lakh. So what you will do, you will add 2 lakh cash flow. This is your first entry. And beside that, any amount which is introduced by the proprietor. Look at here, this is amount with which business is started. So amount would be provided by the proprietor. The amount which is provided by the proprietor is capital. So over here in equity side, equity is also your capital. You will increase same 2 lakh. First entry is completed. Over here, let's put the date and we will wait for the second entry. Let's see what second entry is saying. Okay, here instead of 1, 2, 3, it is ABC. So it's better to write ABC. Okay. So B entry is saying purchased goods for cash. When you will buy goods, goods will come in. Goods are asset. So you may write goods. Better word is stock, and this stock is actually goods. Here we need to adjust our line. Let's adjust it. Stock or goods. This is one of the same thing. Now, when you will buy goods, goods will increase. How much? 40,000. So here you will increase 40,000. And please note, goods purchased for cash. That means cash will go out. Decrease in cash, minus sign. 40,000. Now, two entries are completed. As usual, we will calculate sum of both sides. First, sum of your good side, there is only one amount, and next step is to take sum of cash column. Over here cash has been totaled. There is only one amount present in liability side. Total has been completed, and you can see that 1 lakh 60 and 40, 2 lakh over here. Two entries are completed. Let's see what C entry is saying. Purchase typewriter for cash. So typewriter is bought. You have bought the typewriter. Typewriter is your asset. Over here, again you need to write it properly, and for that let's write it up. So typewriter is bought, and how much price you have paid? 20,000. So 20,000 typewriter is increased, and once again you can see that it is purchased for cash. So cash will go out, minus 20,000 you will put in cash column. In this way entry is completed. Again we will take sum of both sides. First sum is calculated, and in same way we will calculate sum of all other sides. As you have seen that sum has been calculated, 140 and 40, 180 and 20, so 2 lakh is equal. C entry is completed. Let's see what he is saying. Rent paid in advance. So guys, it is very interesting entry. You have paid rent in advance. This is your rent. Again, it's an expense, but it has been paid in advance. When you will pay rent, there would be decrease in cash. How much rent you have paid? 17,000. So over here minus 17,000 would be considered as your prepaid rent. Now second, please look at here, rent paid in advance. It is not an expense. I am repeating, you will not call it as your expense because date was not mentioned. You have paid this rent in advance. So it would be considered as your asset. So first time rent you are paying, you will enter it in asset and you will call it prepaid rent. Now I am repeating this fact, when you have paid something in advance, it would not be considered as your expense. It would be considered as your asset. So over here 17,000 of prepaid rent would be noted down. In this way we have completed our E entry. Let's take sum of all columns present on asset side, and in similar way you take all other sides. Here we have sum of asset side and sum of liability side is completed. D entry is okay. Now we will see E entry. Commission received in advance. This was rent paid in advance, which was favorable, and you have considered it as your asset. In the similar way, it is advance, but opposite to rent. Here, rent was paid. Now, commission is received. You have received commission. When you will receive, there will an increase in cash. Once again, look at here. You have received commission. That means amount is received. So 3,000 plus in cash. And secondly, whenever you will receive any payment in advance, it would be burden upon you. And that burden would be your liability received in advance. So you will increase it as your liability because amount has been received but services are not given, so that would be considered as a burden, as your liability. Entry is completed. We are now taking sum of all the sides present over here. So total of all the sides have been done, and the next step is to see what our F entry is saying. Let's see. After E entry, sold goods for cash 20,000, costing 17,000. What does that mean? You have sold your commodities, goods are going out. Cost was 17,000. So here goods, and since goods are going out, you will put sign of minus, and 17,000. Once again, I'm going to see it. Yes, the cost was 17,000. but you have received cash for 20,000. So there is an increase of cash of 20,000. What does that mean? Goods of 17,000 when you will sell for 20, it means 3,000 is your profit. Profit is your income and you will add it over here. So guys, question is completed. Now we will be taking sum as usual. All columns of both sides. So sum has been taken and you will apply total of that. The last step which you will be taking is to take sum of all assets and sum of all liabilities. Answer is provided, and here let's take sum of both sides. Look, we do have plenty of amounts from 17,000, 20,000, 23,000 and 146,000. So sum has been taken and it is 206,000, and we need to take this sum over here. Okay, in the same way you will take sum of these two sides as well. Let's take sum of liability side. These were two amounts. So have you seen that 206,000 present over here, 206,000 present over here? Actually, we should take sum over here. So both sides you have seen that are now equal. It means question has been completed. Now let's see what answer is given in our book. So you can see that answer is 206,000, while our answer is also 206,000. Both sides are equal. So in this way our question is completed. It is requested to please practice this question for 3-4 times. After practicing, if you feel anything difficult, you are very open to share your problem through messages, text, or you can directly contact to share your problem. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question. So thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.